Hey everybody, it's MrFloridaFlipper, and we're back out here in the garage with another What's Sold today. We have a couple items to show, and we had some great sales, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Continuing our saga, we sold another tank from our whatnot buy, so we'll go ahead and add that on the total. And I think there was another tank we sold as well, and I'll go ahead and put both of those, one on each side, and we'll add that to our total. And at the end of the video, I will total up everything we've sold so far from the What Sold video. First, let's go ahead and grab one of our items, which is conveniently located right behind me. It's this scarf. This is actually from our first storage unit me and my cousin bought. It is a silk scarf made by Robert Cavelli or something like that. Let me see if it says it on here. Yes, right here. It's Roberto Cavielli. It's made in Italy. Pretty cool looking scarf. Definitely worth it. So we sold this for $37, free shipping. Not too bad, I will say so for myself, for a unit that we've already made a lot of money on. Not a lot of money, but we made a decent amount of money on, so we are happy to have this go out. Also, the hat, this hat I actually got from a customer a long time ago. He was an older gentleman, and he would always come in. He was, I think he was Cuban. He would come in. He was a really short, older guy. He would come in with his shirt unbuttoned, half hanging down to here. He was really funny, had a thick accent. Was a little bit of a, he's a kind of a typical kind of old man, I guess you would say, a little bit too crazy with the girls, the younger ladies. But he meant no harm, I don't think. He was really funny though, and he wore this hat, and he actually gave me his hat one day, and I never saw him again after that. We don't know what happened to him. He was really old, but yeah. So shout out to him if you're still out there, and also if you're not, prayers above. Hopefully you're good. But anyway, so this is the next item we sold. It's a BMW car part. I've actually had this for almost a year. I got this with a set of car parts on Whatnot. I sold a pair of headlamp covers, like metal grate covers, that also we came from the same buy. I don't know if that's in a video or not, but yeah, we sold this for $37, free shipping to somebody in California. I hope they enjoy it. It's not very heavy, but it is a little bigger, so it will probably cost, I think it cost me $13 to ship, which that brings me to something I wanted to talk about. So with this item, shipping, it was $10 to ship FedEx or $13 with USPS, but been having an issue with FedEx lately. They have been upcharging me significantly when I ship an item, because they base the item on the weight and also the dimensions of the box, and they use some kind of formula to get the item. So I had something that was like maybe 8 pounds, and it came out to a 40-pound package with the dimensions, even though it actually didn't weigh 40 pounds, and it cost me like $6.70 more than I originally had thought it would cost to ship. And also, I've been noticing that they're not scanning the packages very quickly. I had a buyer that got upset that the item never got scanned, but then a week later it got delivered, but they were kind of already upset, so just hasn't been working very good. So I've been switching and just paying a little bit more to do USPS. And also, it's a lot easier to contest if USPS charges you extra. It's through eBay, you can do it. Actually, I think now you do have to go through USPS to dispute those charges. But yeah, so I've just switched over to USPS. Also, another funny thing about this, I had a pretty funny interaction. A guy sent, first he asked me, is there any cracks or dents or anything wrong with it? Which, if you know my videos or if you know me, I don't like buyers that ask questions like that, because it's like, I took 15 pictures of this thing. I would have shown you if it's broken. I would have put it in the description, which I understand you want to make sure. But I feel like it's just setting up for something down the line. Somebody that asks a lot of questions could be a little bit more of a picky buyer that's just not really easy to satisfy. So I ignored them. They sent me an offer as well, which I promptly declined because it was also like $10 cheaper than I was selling it to, and they were in California, which I'm in Florida. That's like one of my farthest shipping points. And like I said, this is $37. They go for like $60 on eBay typically. So I was like, no, and I just wanted to get rid of it because I've had this for a while, so I was glad to get rid of it. But I told him, I'll put the message up over here so you can read it, but I just basically told him, I would normally, because he messaged me and asked, hey, so why do you even have offers on if you don't accept them? Like, it would have been nice to get a counter offer, which typically I do a counter offer, but with that particular situation, I was like, nah, I'm not going to do it. But he actually came back and said, hey, why aren't you doing a counter offer? And I just messaged him and said, hey, you're far away. This is in California and it's expensive to ship pretty much. And normally I would take, and the reason I put offers on my items is because I never know when I might take a lower offer or when I want to make more money or something like that. Like I said, I'll have it over here so you can read it. But he liked that message actually, and he bought it at full price, and he said, thank you for being honest. So yeah, hopefully enjoys it. I hope that I don't get a return. Next item we sold was a unbranded remote. I can't remember the name, but it doesn't have a brand name on it. But I sold it for $12.54, so not too bad for a little remote. And I actually finished, with the help of my kids, cleaning and testing and listing all of the remotes I had from the 80 remote box that I bought. So that's nice. Got that out of the house and done with. The only things I have left to list in the house is a printer I got at a garage sale that I was gonna part out, but I think I'm just gonna sell it whole as a printer. I think I get $70 for it, and I think I paid $5 for it at the garage sale, and then the rest of the tanks. So once I list that, I won't have anything left to list, so I'm hoping my Whatnot Connect comes through. He said maybe he would do a show with me next week, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, $12.54 for a remote, not bad.
All right, so let's continue grabbing some things that we sold. And one of the first things that not the first thing, but one of the things I'm gonna show you is over here. Let me go get it. So this also came from my Whatnot Connect, and it's a little Minecraft chicken guy. I got about 10 little Minecraft figures, and I was like, kind of just really got them for my son. And then I said, well, let me just look them up. And it wasn't that I didn't think my son would like them, but it's like one of those things, like, what are they gonna do with this little thing? They're gonna play with it for a day and then it's gonna be done. I know I'm a bad dad, sorry, I'm selling all their toys. But yeah, I sold, this is the first character that sold, and I sold this little guy, I think for about $15, free shipping. I'll put it over here to be sure, but we're adding that to the total for our Whatnot Connect. And then we'll go ahead and grab the next one, is right over here. Another tank. So this is just a tank. I don't think it's a name brand. Oh, it is a name, or not a name brand, but it's a Matchbox tank. So the Matchbox tanks seem to be selling pretty well. They're metal, so I think these are selling faster than some of the plastic ones. Also, I just really haven't listed much of them. I think I'm gonna list a lot of the plastic ones in like a lot. There is a name brand one. They're made in Austria, and they seem to go for about 8 or 12 bucks, 15 bucks, depending on the tank, but I think I'm just gonna group them all together and just be done with them. So that's another Whatnot sale, so we'll go ahead and put that on the list. We sold another remote, a Sony remote right here. Remotes are my bread and butter items. If you've watched my videos, you've seen me sell many remotes over the time of me on eBay. And I like doing it. It's getting a little harder. I've mentioned this a couple of times now, but with the shipping and the fees, it's getting harder to sell remotes because they are a lower dollar item. Usually, I would say the $10 to $15 range, most of the remotes that I sell. If they're less than that, I group them in a lot and I sell them in a bundle. Or I'll just get rid of them, throw them away, whatever, just because there's just not enough value. But I still enjoy doing it. It does take a lot of time because I make sure to clean all my remotes, make sure that the contacts for the batteries are good and that they work. But it's just kind of something I actually enjoy doing, so I've just continued to do it. I just finished my last box of remotes, which I think I mentioned earlier in the video. But yeah, it's just something that I find fun to do, and it's just I can get at least 1 or 2 remotes a day selling, so it just gets a couple items in there. You know, $2 or $3 profit after everything is said and done. Like I think this one I sold for $12, which you're gonna probably say, why would people buy remotes? Specifically, a lot of these remotes are for older TVs. Well, this one I actually sold, the person's eBay username was something related to tech, like they fix things, so maybe they fix VCRs or something, so they're buying this to go with the VCR. People buy them for that because VCRs are kind of becoming big right now. I'm a 90s baby, so 90s things are really coming back, so people are looking for VCRs for their kids because they can kind of control the content they watch that way. Also, I feel like it teaches patience. I've been wanting to do it, so that's why people do these types of things. They're fixing remotes, or they're fixing VCRs or DVD players, or they have, you know, an older TV that they want to set up with that, or an older gaming system, so they need the remote. So that's why people do it. Because a lot of times you can find VCRs and stuff, but you won't find the remotes with it because we always lose them. I know I've lost my remote inside like 2 or 3 times with my kids. Usually we find it, but there has been one time where we went ahead and bought a remote, and then of course like a week later we found it. So now we have 2 with a way of a backup. Last item we sold is this Lacosta. I always pick this up from Goodwill no matter how many times I learn not to really buy. I'm not buying. Guys, I am not buying clothing from Goodwill anymore. I'm not doing it. Don't let me do it. Unless it's crazy, something crazy like that Kenzo shirt back there, maybe then, but even that's sitting and I've dropped it down. I think I listed it for 300. I think I have it too high, honestly, but I think I can still get $100 out of it, and I bought it for 7 or something. So we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. But these always seem to sell. This and Untuck-It. So if you're ever at Goodwill or a thrift store, look for Lacosta, however you say that. Tell me in the comments, is it Lacosta? Option A or option B? I say Lacosta. But yeah, so it's just a Lacosta shirt, and it's nice. You know, I'd wear it, but it's a little small for me. That and Untuck-It, they always seem to sell for about the $25 range. I think I sold this for $22 free shipping. The person worked me down, which my clothing, I'm like, I did it again. I said I wouldn't do it. I buy it for $7 at Goodwill, and then I end up selling it for $15 or something, not really worth my time. So yeah, but that's gonna pretty much do it for me, guys. I am going on vacation in a week, so I will have a video probably ready for you guys. Some dust flying through the air from this shirt. I need to hang it out a little bit. I almost forgot to give my update on the store, on the Whatnot sale. So we have sold now, let's look, we've sold the Zero shoes, 2 Matchbox tanks, and a Minecraft figure for a total, drum roll, insert here, $49.94. So we've made $49.94 after eBay fee, shipping, and all that kind of stuff in profit on those items, and we paid a total of $293.28 with a lot more items still from that. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 5, maybe 6 pairs of shoes left, a whole bunch of Minecraft, guys. I still got like 10 or 15, 20 tanks in there to list, plus I have the 10 or 15 out here already. I have a train set back here. It's right there, kind of. I don't think you can see it in the video. Not a train set, but just a train car. I think I listed that for 20. There's a bunch of stuff. I still have a lot of stuff to sell, so we still have plenty of opportunities to make a profit on that, and I think I definitely will. Oh yeah, we have 2 jackets. Those probably won't sell till the winter time. I got this big jacket right here. Plus, I did have an offer on this Harley jacket. I don't know if I really showed you guys that, but yeah, this is a Harley jacket. I have it listed for $125. They offered me $85, and I was not ready to take that yet because I've had it listed for less than 25 days. So yeah, so that is pretty good. I think we have plenty of room here to make a good profit. I mean, just the little Minecraft guy, yeah, we only made $2.93, but that's $2.93 that we didn't have. But that's going to do it now officially for me. I hope to see you guys next time. You guys on the next one, MrFloridaFlipper out.